Hello everyone. Well, I'm back down here at the trails again because today is yet another trail maintenance or trail work day. My plan is to go work on the bridge that connects Trail D and Trail E together. There were some issues with flooding and everything. I'll get into that when I get down there. But it's roughly a mile or so down this trail. So the first thing I have to do is grab all the gear I think I need to fix the bridge and haul it down there. So that's what I'm gonna do first. All right, get my bike out, which is gonna help me carry everything down there. Not totally sure I can get it all in one trip either. I might have to leave some of the stuff behind. We'll see. I might need that shovel, but I think I'm gonna leave it here because I'm not totally sure I need it. If I don't need it, oh, water's leaking. If I don't need it, then I shouldn't bring it with. All right, now how am I gonna carry a hammer and a drill? Is that gonna stay in there? Maybe. Fortunately, my pants don't have a real hammer loop, so that's gonna have to do for now. Oh. All right, we'll see if that's it.
It's funny, but honey, can run this show on your own. I can feel my body shake. There's only so much I can take. I'll show you how a real queen behaves. No damsel in distress, don't need to save me. Once I stop breathing fire, you can't tame me. And you might think I'm weak without a sword, but if I had one, it'd be bigger than yours. If all of the kings had their queens.
All right, so I made it down to the Trail DE bridge, the bridge that connects Trail D over there with Trail E down that way. And I thought I should do a quick bit of explaining about what needs to be done here before I start working on it. And this bridge originally was installed, I think it was in 2013. Is that like 7 years ago? And it was about 50 yards, maybe even more than that, maybe 100 yards down that way. And at the time we needed it to cross this area because it was very wet and sandy. And in the past couple of years, we've had a lot of flooding. Like it was flooded almost constantly for 2 years. And after the water receded and we started riding down here again, that area where the bridge was just filled with sand everywhere. And the trails going to and from the bridge were so sandy, it was really hard to ride. So earlier this spring, we decided we should move this bridge up to this spot because we can build trails connecting across here where there's much less sand. But at the time, what is now dry here in this area was very soft, very wet mud. And we were just barely able to get these few sections of bridge here and in place while sort of getting stuck in the mud at the time. And so we just left them, and then it started to rain and this area started to fill up with water. So we tied each bridge section together and tied them to the trees so they wouldn't float away. And that helped make it possible to sort of cross this area while it was really wet. And now that it's really nice and dry, we can actually get in here, get this bridge rebuilt. And my plan is to put these 4 sections here up on those cinder blocks, which I went bought a bunch of cinder blocks from Menards, had to cart all those 16 blocks from where you saw my car parked a mile down the road all the way down here, which was a whole different pain in the butt story. But I'm gonna put those under these 4 sections and then hopefully use some of those big boards back there and tie those sections back together so we have this sort of flat, stable section of bridge in the middle. And then when the water comes up, hopefully it'll kind of float a little bit off the cinder blocks and drop back down, as long as the bridge is still tied with ropes back to trees and to the end pieces. Anyway, that's my plan. I'm gonna jump into it and see how it goes. Hopefully it all works out well.
In chess, a king can move one space at a time, but queens are free to go wherever they like. You get too close, you get a royalty high. So breathe it in to feel alive.
Well, I managed to get the bridge all back laid out again and sort of connected, but my drill ran out of charge and I didn't bring an extra battery. So I got a lot of it put back together with bolts and everything, but couldn't reuse the holes from last time because everything's just kind of warped and out of place and don't have the right pieces in the right place anymore. But I did get a lot of these reattached back together again. It's not perfect, but it's all I can do for today, and I'll have to come back another day and try to finish it up. And in the meantime, hopefully it doesn't rain too much and cause it to float away. Well, as you can see, I'm back down here at the bridge that connects Trail D and E together again. It's been about a week since I was last down here working on it, and I ran out of time, ran out of batteries last week. So I'm here again to try to get some of those bolts holding it all back together. And I've got a few boards I need to put into place and then finish tying it up. And after that, hopefully it's all set for whatever spring and winter might bring at us. So I better get to it.
Disobey me, then baby, it's off with your head. Gonna change it and make it a world you won't forget. No damsel in distress, don't need to save me. Once I stop breathing fire, you can't tame me.
Well, as you might be able to hear in the background, it's raining. I guess I didn't pay close enough attention to the weather forecast for today. I didn't expect rain. And I thought I looked at the forecast and I didn't see rain on the forecast. But anyway, got all the bolts I could into the bridge today. I had a handful of bolts that were sort of stripped on the end and I couldn't get a nut on them. So I'll have to try to fix those and come back again later. But I was able to get most of the bridge done, got a few boards put back into place. Now we just have to bury the ends and put some more, tie some ropes on it better, and it should be all good for spring. But that's gonna have to wait for another day so I don't get too wet. Well, as you can see behind me, I'm back here at the bridge yet again. Yesterday I got cut short a little bit by the rain, but I figured I'd just come back in a few days or over the weekend and finish up. But I checked the long range forecast and it's gonna be full of cold weather, below freezing, rain, and sometimes snow. So if I want to do things like get the ends of the bridge covered in dirt so there's not that big lip there, I pretty much have to do it today. So that's what I'm out here doing today. Gonna try to tie up those loose ends, cover up some dirt, and see how it goes.
And you might think I'm weak without a sword, but I'm stronger than I ever was before. If all of the kings had their queens on the throne, we will pop champagne and raise a toast to all of the queens who are fighting.
Well, that's gonna be enough work for me today. I've got the bridge tied down a little bit better, and I've got some dirt piled up on either end, so it's a smooth ride under the bridge. Now I guess we just have to wait and see how it handles the spring. Thanks for watching.
La,